Welcome to the Michigan Runner Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Gary Morgan with the Michigan Runner. Well, on the road again in here at Hopkinton for the start of the 121st Boston Marathon. And here's their famous sign here at Hopkinton. And everybody's rolling into town up here. Another beautiful day here in Boston area. And 30,000 runners will be starting here for their trek down to Boston.
He's on the left, he's on outside.
Time 2:09:37. Congratulations, a debut for you here. If you could just take us through the race, particularly as the group started to thin out and you started to make your move. Can you tell us what was going through your mind and how you were feeling?
Okay. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for inviting me during these events for Boston Marathon. I'm so happy and so grateful thank you.
All right, Jeffrey, we're going to actually bring up your trophy. You actually get a big trophy for winning this thing. Excellent. We'll take a picture with you right after that. Congratulations on your finish, first Boston. Tell us a little bit about what the experience was like and coming in. I know you were. There's some questions. Your foot was hurting, and then if you could take us through a little bit of when it just got to you and Joffrey and how things, how it went from there.
Yeah, I had an incredible time out there. I think I got to start there. I had heard so many great things about this race, and it exceeded any expectations that I had. I mean, the crowd was just phenomenal the whole way. It was just such a fun race. I mean, this is something, the atmosphere here that I really have never experienced before in a marathon. So I had a great time out there. Like you said, there were definitely things that have been pretty up and down this whole winter. I wouldn't say that my training has been optimal. So I'm excited. I think I have a lot of room to grow, but take nothing away from this guy right here. He ran a heck of a race, and I just didn't have it over those last 3-4 miles. I felt pretty good coming through the hills, and tried to push a little bit and relax. And he put in a couple of good moves. After we got to the top of Heartbreak Hill, and eventually I just couldn't stay up with him. That's something that, again, I think I have a lot of room to grow from this, and I'm just really excited. Happy to finish second. I'm really pleased with the result. Given everything that's happened the last couple of months, and just looking forward to resting now and getting ready for the track season, and then after this year, moving full time to the marathon.
Nothing that was going to break anyone right then, but when the moves happened, I wanted them to happen off a respectable pace so that people were a little bit burnt out by the later parts of the race.
Jordan, Larry Eater over at Run Blog Run. Congratulations, first of all, on your race.
Thank you.
Can you kind of take us through how you felt during the race?
Yeah, I really didn't know what to expect since it was my first time, so I was just hoping and praying that I would feel good from the start. And I think it was nice having that first early mile that was around 5:50. It just felt like we were walking, and then it just. The first 10 miles, I definitely felt my quads a little bit just with the downhills, and then felt like there were points where we were surging. Des would pick it up a little bit, and then the water stations, I felt like we slowed, so it was kind of just surge and then relax. But I was excited because it wasn't too quick. If it was going to be a 2:20, 2:19 race, I wasn't going to go with the leaders. So that was nice to just be able to sit in that pack. And I was checking splits, and there were a couple 5:20s, but we thought that I could handle that as long as it didn't go too much quicker than that. But then it would slow down to 5:30, 5:40.
I've got a question for Rose. You ran up front with the leaders a long time, almost the whole race. Did you have a plan going along, or were you just taking it as it came? And what did you think when Edna started to break away?
Okay. For the race, it was good, and I had planned to run good because this course is very tough, as I had before, and I had to prepare well in the tough hills and downhills. I had to prepare well and plan good so as to run good here.
Steve Buckley, Boston Herald. Jordan, a few minutes ago, and Desiree too actually, you mentioned that USA chant. Could you speak, there's been a great theme today of the upsurge in USA running. Could you speak to that and your contribution to that today?
Okay, here.
Oh.
Sorry?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel honored to be a part of it, and I started just following along. I felt like Des has a lot of experience, so it's comforting to be alongside of her throughout the race. And the crowds, like I said, the excitement, their excitement lifted me, and they were saying that we could do it, and so that just really powered me along. And yeah, it was good to have but yeah, I think we're doing really well in the distances, so it's a good time.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to John Hancock really celebrating the elite athletes and the American elites, and educating the spectators about who's here and why Americans have a chance. And it also goes back to people who run on this course. I think Kara had a spectacular race in 2009, fighting for that win, finishing third. Shalane's never been quiet about wanting to do something special here, and she's delivered some amazing races that were really inspiring. And this is the most knowledgeable fan base in the world, and they get it, they're excited, and it keeps happening. We keep getting closer. We're putting more numbers in there. It's just a matter of time, and I think when the Americans break the tape, it's going to be a big day out here, and we're really close.
Don, I'd like to get your perspective on that as well. As our Masters champion, but as a top U.S. runner as well, if you could sort of shed some light on your feelings to that end.
I first ran Boston in 2007, and it was the year that was a nor'easter, and the crowds were very, very thin out there. And I definitely wanted to come back to Boston and really experience Boston. Like Des said, the crowds they're so knowledgeable, and and you could just feel the excitement, even the days leading up to the race. I mean, you run into someone on the tee, and they know about the race, and they know some of the elites' names, and it's just a very exciting atmosphere to be here in Boston for the Boston Marathon. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to at least get a chance to compete with the Masters. It was a great day out there. I think I just had a lot of fun.
Barbara?
Barbara Hibner with the BAA. Edna, I have two questions for you. One is, can you give us the names and ages of your children who were up in the award stand with you?
Carlos is 13 and Wendy is 9.
So Carlos and Wendy, 13 and 9.
Thank you. And my other question is, at the press conference, you said you wouldn't make a move until the final 5K of the race, but you moved a lot sooner than that. What made you decide to put the hammer down so early and go?
Yeah, the body reacted very well, and I said I'm not going to wait until the last 5K, so I had to try harder than to wait, so, and it worked well.
Jordan, were there things out there during the race that you saw and you thought, geez, my mom would really love that? Or were there things that you accomplished that you'd say, geez, she'd have been so proud seeing me do this today, or something you saw along with, just particular things that you saw, you say, Mom would love that, Mom would be so proud.
I think, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think there were a lot of things. I was just kind of talking to her out there the whole time, and she used to, when I would have a long run or do well in the long, she always calls me Paula, because Paula Radcliffe is my idol, and always said that I would be a marathoner like her one day. And so I was thinking, I would say, just kept telling myself, good job, Paula, and so that kind of helped me get through some of the tough times. And then I was pretty worried about grabbing the bottles, just because I've never done that before, and so each bottle station, I just this is my mom's ring, her engagement ring that I wear on my left hand, and so we had to grab them with our left hand. So each time I was thinking, okay, Mom, help me grab this bottle, and so I was really proud that I actually got all my bottles and did really well with the fluids. And then I had one of my old high school cross country teammates, she's running the race as well, and her mom was out there on the course, and one of my things was, during the course, people have given me different advice, and they said you can smile but not wave, and she yelled out, it's Mrs. Mooney, and she was great friends with my mom, and I waved at that point, and I thought, oh dang it, smile. I waved, I wasted energy, but it was neat to see her, so that everything kind of, I tried to use that as positive, because there's just so many things that remind me of her, and that kind of helps you get through all the different checkpoints of the race.
Okay, we'll get to you, Jonathan, after the question right there, and then come back to Dave.
Hi, Jordan. Rich Thompson, Boston Herald. Was Edna's move at mile marker 19 just so sudden and so decisive that there was no challenge from you and Rose?
Yes, after halfway, I was feeling pretty good, and I was confident, so I was telling myself, okay, I'm gonna go with it. At this point, I'm all in, I'm gonna go with any move, and then when she did go, though, she just went so hard, and I just thought, I don't think I can go with this. It's too, I've never run a marathon, and it was pretty far out still, so I just thought I don't really want to risk this. I think that I think I need to just go my own pace. Maybe I'll catch her, maybe I won't. But yeah, when she went, it was very impressive. It was hard, and so I just tried to stay my own pace at that point, because there is a little bit of unknown for me just with the distance, and I've run 25 miles in practice, but not at that pace. And so when she went, I just tried to stay under control, stay to my pace, and I did feel better once I just kind of stuck to my own pace and we started to get into a rhythm, but I didn't want to go, I just didn't know if I had gone that hard, if I would have made it through. I wanted to at some point I just thought I just needed to finish. So I knew once I got to 3 miles to go that I'd be okay, but I actually missed the 23, from 22 to 20, I missed the 23 miles, so I was thinking, oh gosh, this is a really long mile. And then it was actually kind of a blessing in disguise, so then I got to 24, and that was exciting, so then there was only 2 more. So yeah, it's funny because my teammate Galen was 3rd in the Olympics, and our sports psychologist had said at some point it just becomes a matter of getting yourself to the finish line. I definitely felt like that towards the end. Everyone was telling me, oh, you can get her, because I was coming up on 2nd, but at that point I just thought, I just want to finish, I need to get myself to the finish, so it's interesting. It was a different experience than anything I've ever experienced, very, very humbling.